Hiya, welcome everybody to Latif's Inspired. Firstly, thank you very much. We've smashed that 50,000. We're gonna go to 60 to 70,000. The onion bhaji recipe that we've done, fantastic, phenomenal. And I said at the beginning, oh, I would love this to go kind of viral or whatever. In about 5-6 days, it's gone nearly about 270,000 views. So it's phenomenal. Subscribers are coming in fast. So this is what I've wanted. This is what I dreamt of. So dreams can come true. So thank you very much. Firstly, to everybody who's been with me from the beginning and who have subscribed with me, thank you very much, really appreciate it. And today I am going to be showing you a very simple chickpea curry. It's a vegan recipe. As you know, India is full of vegetarians, so there's so many recipes in vegetables that you can do. So this is going to be very nice and simple. Everybody has a can of chickpea at home, so why not give this a try? Very nice, very simple chickpea curry, guys. Right, bismillah. I've got my pan. Just put the gas on sort of medium. Right. Firstly, the oil goes in. That's about 3 tablespoons of oil that's gone in. You can use less if you're health conscious. As I said, just like I always say, just add some water if you feel it sticking. Right. Right, I think the oil is heated up now. I'm going to add some lovely cumin seeds. That was a good pinch of cumin seed. Right, going to add a bay leaf, which is the Indian tezpata. Going to add about 2 or 3 cardamom pod. Just smash it before you put it in so it releases the fragrance. This is the cassia bark, which is the Indian sort of cinnamon. So that goes in. Now the oil is proper hot. This was 1 diced onion. Small as you possibly can, dice it up. Sometimes the flame comes up because obviously it's very hot pan and the oil and some liquid from the onion has released, so the flame just like a flambe. There you go, that's all it is. Right, it's just been about a couple of minutes. I'm just letting the onion sort of settle in there beautifully. I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of salt. You can add more or less to taste, whatever you fancy. I just need the onions to sort of caramelize, become a little bit golden, translucent, soft. So this takes about 6 to 8 minutes or so. We've got to be a bit patient. And let this cook up for a few minutes. Right, it's been about 4 minutes or so since the onions have gone in. It's caramelizing beautifully, as you can see. Remember, at this point, if you've used less oil, just put in some water, no problem whatsoever. It'll help the onions just soften up. That's all we need, guys. Right, now I'm going to be adding, this is a ginger sort of paste, and as I said, I do a little special mix. That's why it's a sort of greenish color, because it's got a bit of coriander, green pepper and so on. And this is just garlic, so heaped teaspoon of ginger and heaped teaspoon of garlic. This is going to have a fantastic aromatic and beautiful sort of flavor. I can smell it now, that ginger and garlic, beautiful. Now, obviously I put the salt in at the beginning. That just helps the onions break down, and it's like a catalyst and speeds up the cooking process because it softens up the salt. So add it in at the beginning, it'll help you out. Right, some green chilies. I'm just going to add, this is about 2 green chilies that I've sliced open. Right, I'm using just a 1 can of chickpeas, normally about 400 grams. Just drained it, washed it, so it's all softened up for me. Very easy to cook now. Patience is a virtue at this moment. I just want everything to become nice and golden and caramelized. Right, I've got a bone to pick with my lovely viewers. Now, this is the knife that I used when I cut vegetables. It's let me see if you can see the. Basically, it's one of these Victorino sort of make. It's Swiss knives, and the reason why I have a very green color is because I have the sharpest knife in the restaurant. Now the problem is everyone keeps on nicking my knife when I'm not watching. So I have a green one that I can spot it from anywhere. So basically when they get caught with it, they've been known to some of them losing fingers. I'm only kidding. But yeah, it is actually a professional knife, and it's actually very good to cut onions. You know, dicing, julienning, slicing is very sharp. It can take your fingers out. So yeah. And for those people who are worried about if I don't know how to claw, hand or whatever, I do know. I don't know how it appeared on the video to you anyway. But it's no big problem, no big issue. But people were making a big issue out of it, so I just thought I'll address that. So it's a professional knife, guys. Victorino. It's a Swiss knife. One of the best knives in the world, guys. Right. Now I'm going to add the spices. Half a teaspoon of cumin. Half a teaspoon of coriander, 1 teaspoon of general curry powder. Obviously this is my mixed powder, but you can use general curry powder, it's no problem. East End brand I recommend. And half a teaspoon of chili powder. Well, 1/4 teaspoon, sorry. Beautiful colors. As you can see, it's not very oily, so it's kind of drying up, but look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Right. This is one of these chef spoons. You can use like a heaped tablespoon of tomato puree. Obviously I recommend the tomato puree that I make with all the different spices, the fenugreek, dried fenugreek, which is the kasuri methi. Everything's all in there. And right, the spice has gone in. A nice pinch of kasuri methi. And the secret ingredient to the chana masala is these chunky chaat masala. You can find it in any Indian supermarket. Right, so I'm going to be adding about heaped teaspoon of chaat masala, guys. This actually lifts the flavor, but if you don't have it or don't worry about it, leave it out, no problem whatsoever. But if you add it to your chana masala, the chole masala, you will definitely taste the difference. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's got a tangy flavour to it because it's got dried mango, sort of black peppers, loads of different spices. It's absolutely gorgeous. So the fresh tomatoes goes in because the onions and the tomatoes are gonna be a thickener to the sort of sauce. I'm not going to use a base gravy, which I do in the restaurant, but this is a vegan style dish, so therefore it's going to be plant-based, animal friendly, and so on. So that's gone in there. Now I need the spices to cook for about 5 minutes or so. So I'm going to just let that cook away, just slightly lifting the heat level, so putting the gas up slightly. I'm going to let this cook now for a few more minutes So far this cooking process is been about 10 minutes, guys. Right, I can feel it sticking a bit. So I'm going to add just some water. You don't want the spices or any of the flavours to burn. It slightly makes it a little bit bitter, which you don't want. All I'm wanting to do is just basically for the spices to cook out. Once the spices cook out, you sort of see the oil on the top. It kind of separates from the ingredients and the oil, and that's when I'm going to be adding the chickpea, because this is already boiled and cooked really. So you can see it slowly releasing. Right, it's been about 5 minutes since I've added the spices and I've cooked it, and the oil is slightly rising to the top, so it's looking absolutely gorgeous. There you go. So now the spices, the onions, the masala, as they say, the masala has been cooked. Now I'm going to add this chickpea. Now this feeds one person as a main sort of meal, or if it's a side dish, that would do 2 persons whatsoever. 2 person, no problem whatsoever. Alright. Now if you wanted to, you can add about some base gravy now, maybe like, you know, a couple of cups or something. But since it's, like I said, it's a vegan dish, I'm going to add some water. So that was just got the water. About 1.5 cups of water, that I would say. Now I'm going to put the gas up. Nice heat to it, and then I'm going to use my lid and give that another 5 minutes to simmer away. Right, I can see it bubbling away beautifully. It's only been a couple of minutes since I put the lid on, but I'll quickly give you a little look. Beautiful. Right, I'm just basically checking it every 3-4 minutes. Now all I want is the sauce to just thicken up and sort of hug onto the chickpeas. That's what that consistency that I'm looking for. It's coming beautifully. Now at this point, check your salt. For me that's beautiful, because the chaat masala already has a bit of salt, so don't make it too salty. I like a sort of dry style, so I'm going to thicken it up. Now I'm going to add some garam masala, about 1/4 teaspoon. This gives it a pungent, sort of fragrant, sweet and spicy sort of flavour. Right, if you like your chickpeas with a bit more sauce, feel free to add a little bit more water now, or if you've got a ready-made base gravy, add some base gravy. But for me, this is the sort of consistency that I like, nice and thick, with my roti or my naan bread or my rice. Just simple cooking. It's been 20 minutes literally, and it's almost there. So I'm going to cook it out on a medium slow gas now for a further few minutes, so 25 minutes cooking time altogether. Right, I can see it's all thickened up beautifully. Now it's going to be ready to serve, guys. Look at that, gorgeous. Smells divine. Right guys, that was my chana chickpea dish. Vegan friendly vegetarian dish, nice and simple for you guys to follow at home. Just a can of chickpea, and you need about 20 to 25 minutes cooking time and probably about 10 minutes prep. Nice and simple, that's all it is guys. So just remember once again, if you liked what you've seen and you've enjoyed my videos, don't forget, if you haven't already, like, share and subscribe. And thank you for your lovely comments, and I try to take feedback from it as well, and I try to produce the best content for you guys. So thank you very much, and hopefully see you soon.